Hello and welcome to Cooking with Judd. Today we're going to do something in the crock pot. I've lined it with a crock pot liner because I don't want anything sticking to the edges. These things are a pain in the neck to wash. This is a pork eye round roast or something like that, which I bought yesterday, and I put in this baggie with Italian dressing, salt and pepper, and Cajun spice because pork has absolutely no flavor. So I shall now dump this in here, and then I'm going to put a bunch of carrots and potatoes and onions in there and cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. Well, I stabbed this thing. See all the holes? I stabbed it so all the stuff could get inside and attempts to add some flavor to this stuff. I'm going to let that drip into there to whatever extent it wants to. Messy, messy. You also want liquid in there, covering the pork a little bit. Potatoes, carrots, and an onion. I'm being bold. I'm going to put an onion in there. First, we got to get all this stuff ready. I think I'll chop these in half. I got to find a good knife. Oh, there it is. Smells good. Italian dressing and Cajun spice. What do you think? Huh. Interesting concept. So we'll throw this on low for 6 to 8 hours and see what happens tomorrow. Okay, it has been 8 hours. It said 6 to 8, and I like things well done, except for steak, except for good steak. Woo! So, I'm going to take the temperature of a couple of things here. First, we'll check out some of these carrots. I don't know if this works. Oh, there's a potato. Okay, what do we got? Okay, I'm getting about 180 on the potatoes. I know we want potatoes to go to 200. Okay, meat's up around 170, 180. Yeah, see, this is always the problem with the crock pots. The vegetables don't cook as quick as the meat. Back in the old days when I did this all the time, I would put the vegetables in long before the meat. I'm going to let that go for a little while longer. Check it again in an hour or so. Although I could take the meat out. If I try to, the meat might all fall apart. Oop, yep, it's falling apart. Okay. There's a hunk of it. There's a hunk of it. Oh, this is brilliant. That's the meat rack. I think I got all the meat out of there. Okay, good. So I'm going to leave that on and let the veggies go for another couple hours. Okay, so there's our meat. I'm going to try a little bit of that. Let's see. Maybe a little bit. bit. That's the meat rack. I think I got all the meat out of there. Okay, good. So I'm going to leave that on and let the veggies go for another couple hours. Okay, so there's our meat. I'm going to try a little bit of that. See. Maybe a little bit. Very tender. Not much taste though. Oh yeah. These things ain't even started to be cooked. So there we go. We'll let that go another couple hours. Meanwhile, we'll set our meat aside. The meat's pretty good, but not a lot of taste. But then again, there's no bad taste. Meanwhile, I have a craving for a couple of waffles. I've got some gluten-free waffles. The problem is I can't have butter. Butter doesn't like me either. A lot of things that don't like me. I've got from earlier project, I've got a ton of powdered sugar left. A whole bunch of it. And I remember the icing that they put on cinnamon buns is just basically powdered sugar with milk. Can't have milk. But I do get away with this lactose-free vanilla ice cream. So I decided, I decided I would melt down a cup of that to use as milk in my next cake. And meanwhile, I've melted down a couple of teaspoons of it, and I'm going to try to make some of that icing and then put it on a couple of gluten-free waffles as an alternative to butter. Waffles without butter just really don't do it. I mean, I love them just drowned in butter and syrup. Oh, God. But those days are past. So we're now going to mix up some of this stuff. And they say to add just tiny amounts of liquid to some powdered sugar until it just gets loosened up enough. So I was going to dump a bunch in here, but that might be too much liquid, so we'll start with this. We'll go to a fresh cup, put in a okay, and we'll add some liquid. And you know what? I think I'm going to add all the liquid. I can always add more sugar. Oh yeah, wow, that's mixing up nice. It actually said you can mix this with milk or water. So I think I'll be fine using the melted ice cream. You need it to be able to drip. So I'll do up my waffles, put some cinnamon on them, and then drip this around on them, and I'll have a couple of cinnamon buns. They were right when they said it takes very little liquid. Let's see if we got the drip. I still got a good drip on that. Okay, I'm going to go with that, because it's feeling pretty stiff to stir. And I'm assuming that'll set up after I spread it. Got my waffles, gluten-free, of course. And we got my cinnamon. So take these one at a time here. Okay. And then we'll, oh, this is stiffening up. Okay, but she's still drippable. That's the important thing, that this be drippable. Did you ever see a cinnamon bun with too much glazing on it? Nope. And there you go. Well, look, you can see how nicely the glaze has hardened up, just like it's supposed to. These are going to be delicious. Let's see. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, not exactly a cinnamon bun, but a damn nice treat. It'll hit the spot. I'm also thinking, even as I took a bite of that, there are certain gluten-free breads I can get, some rolls that I've mentioned before. I forget what they're called, they're a weird name, that this would work on. I'll slice them open. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some breads I can get that this will work on. Wonderfulness. Now we can go back to waiting for the roast to cook. We're up to, what, 10 hours now. Let's see what we got. Whew. Smelling a hell of a lot better. There we go. 200. Beautiful. Perfect. Smelling good too. Ah. Woo! Hot, 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 hot. Ow, ooh, ooh, that's really hot. Ooh, ow, ooh, ooh. Ow, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, there we go. All done. And we can shut that off now. And it's 4 a.m. We're all done. Like I said, it's 4 a.m. It takes 10 hours to get the potatoes and the carrots done just perfectly. The carrots are perfect. Delicious. Ah, that's looking pretty good too. Ah, let me try one of those potatoes. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Beautiful. All right, potatoes can use a little bit more, but we'll just let them sit there in that very hot pot and deal with it in the morning. Boy, I got a nice feast in there. Whole big tub full of potatoes and carrots, and I love them both. And I got that hunk of meat over there too. So there you go. Happy day to you. You know what's amazing? It always surprises me. When you put real food in your mouth and what your mouth does for a half an hour afterwards. Just keeps going. Real food. That's all. It's a good thing.